That is when the Gamecocks take the field for the sold-out season opener against UNC. It is a very early 6 p.m. start for the nationally televised game on ESPN. And don't forget to keep it locked on WIS as we count down to kickoff tomorrow. Our team will be in the stadium monitoring the final preps, in the tailgating lot with the fans, and on the streets monitoring traffic. It's the next best thing to being there. And in today's news for you, analyzing the Gamecocks over the years, where they've been and where they're going. Don Barton is the former USC Sports Information Director and has authored several books on the Gamecocks. You also used to work at WIS-TV. In fact, you told me you were the one who announced that Joe Penner was coming.
He still had a military haircut.
I'm sure he did. That has since grown out. But 63 years on your Gamecock Club card. You've been following them over the years. Take us through some of the highlights, the best things you've covered over the years as far as the Gamecocks.
Well, there are a lot of them. I'll start with one back in 1952 when we were playing the University of Virginia, who had a great team back then. And we scored 3 touchdowns and 1 minute and 45 seconds at the end of the game to win it. Came from 14-0 down. Then one of the great games in Carolina history was the 1958 game against Army up at West Point when they were ranked 8th in the nation, and Carolina beat them 34-14, I believe it was.
And how has, go ahead, did you want to highlight some others?
Well, there was several. One was the inaugural broadcast of WIS-TV.
Yes, and so our viewers know this. We are about to celebrate here at WIS 60 years on air. And when we first went on air, the first thing that broadcast was the game between University of South Carolina and UNC. So it's kind of neat that we're approaching our 60th anniversary in November, and this weekend, well, excuse me, not even the weekend, tomorrow, we play UNC. And so to look back at that 60 years.
It was also a highlight that we had not, in 50 years, we had only beaten North Carolina 4 times. But that day we beat them 18-0. Must not have had a very good extra point kicker.
Where would you say the Gamecocks are now, and where do you see them going in the next couple of years?
Well, I'd say, you know, on, quote, on paper, they're probably as good a team as we ever had. The last 2 are the 2 best teams we've ever had. And Coach Spurrier has done a fantastic job like he does everywhere he goes. And he is now 4-0 against North Carolina. Hope he keeps the streak going.
We hope so too. Well, Don Barton, it's a pleasure to have you in our studio, and I don't think anybody knows the Gamecocks inside and out better than you do. So thanks for just sharing some highlights for us.
Well, thank you for having me.
And may I brag on you for being 89 years old, still playing tennis 3 days a week. And he told me his tennis partner's 97.
97.
I love it. All right, we have no excuse not to be out there. If you want to watch this interview again with Mr. Barton, follow me on Twitter at Dawndy WIS-TV. Also click like on my Facebook fan page, Dawndy Mercer Plank WIS-TV. You'll find my daily interviews right there. And here's another reason WIS is your pre-game headquarters. All this season, we're going to be hosting a weekly Gamecock chat. We're teaming with the folks at thebigspur.com to take your questions and hear what you have to say about all the big games this season. From injury reports to traffic and weather and game day predictions, it's your one-stop shop for Gamecock Talk. You can find the link starting at 4:30 today right on the homepage at WIS-TV.com. You'll even be able to join the chat on your mobile devices. Gamecock Talk begins in less than 30 minutes. We'll be right back.